Hello, everybody. Good morning, evening, afternoon, and midnight. Welcome. My name is Amy, and this is yoga. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are just joining us, we do focus mainly on vinyasa flow, which is what we're going to do today with a little bit here and there of my cat, Jenna, racing and zooming through the house. She's actually hiding right now. She just got done zooming. Just a little disclaimer for everybody. Of course, always listen to your body. Remember, not every posture is for everybody. Not every philosophy of yoga is for everybody. So be very patient with yourselves, and also keep in mind that while we are filming today, I am likely to get a bit of company in a little while. So if you hear a little extra background noise, I do apologize for that. So let's get started by taking a nice, comfortable, seated, cross-legged position towards the center of the mat. Palms are down either into the mat or palms up in your lap, depending on if you need a little extra support to lengthen more into your spine. Soften your eyes, unhinge your jaw. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. And on this next inhalation, reach up, fingertips towards the ceiling or sky. Exhale, there she goes. Release your arms down, palms into the mat. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, release those arms down. This time, inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold over your seated cross-legged position. Now from here, begin to stagger your feet. Take one foot in front of the other so that you're starting to bring the knees just a little closer into the mat. Of course, listen to your body. If this is too strenuous for you, you can, of course, stay in simple seated cross-legged position. I think she just jumped up onto the banister, that crazy old gal. All right, inhale through your nose. We're going to stay here for 4 more breaths. Exhale through your mouth. Continue to breathe deeply. Inhale, walk your hands in and stagger the other foot in front. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Breathe. Inhale, walk your hands in. And this time, as you exhale, begin to transition your way into all fours or a tabletop position. Wrists are directly below the shoulders and knees directly below the hips. Really think about lengthening gently into your spine without forcing it. Now, from here, keeping your elbows open and arms lengthened, I want you to really press up and through the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, drop down into the shoulders. Bring your scapula together while still keeping your arms nice and long. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, bring the shoulder blades together. And be very mindful of what your spine is doing. Exhale, inhale, continue to move through your shoulders. Try not to arch the low back. I want you to try to maintain as neutral a spine as possible here. Inhale, exhale, take your hips back to your heels, arms extended forward, fingertips reaching towards the top of the mat. If this is too strenuous for your shoulders, you can, of course, keep the elbows bent. This will help take some of the pressure off of the shoulders. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Focus on the hush of those exhalations. And as I disclaimed earlier in this video, I think company just joined us. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come to all fours. Exhale. Now we're going to begin to round through to cat, tucking in the tailbone, chin drawn towards your chest. And inhale into your cow. See if you can start to lift your gaze upward. Exhale, round through to cat. Remember to press up and through the shoulders. And inhale. Continue to move through your cat and cow. Exhaling into cat, inhaling into cow. All right, on your next inhalation, come to a neutral spine, and as you exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder, taking your right hip to your rib cage. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, turn to look over your left shoulder. Inhale, neutral, and from here, exhale, take your scapula together, keeping your arms long. Inhale, press up and through the shoulders. Exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, left shoulder. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, bring the scapula together. Inhale, press up and through. One more time like this. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, scapula, bring together. Inhale, press up and through. And exhale, take your hips to your heels, returning to extended child's rest for about 5 breaths. Couple more breaths here. On your next inhalation, come to all fours. Exhale, round through to cat, really tucking in that tailbone, press through the shoulders. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. One more time. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Come to a neutral spine. And as you exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder. Drop the right elbow down this time and bend the left elbow slightly. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. Really think about coming to a slight back bend while at the same time pressing up and through that right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, press through the right arm, come back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder. Right elbow comes down gently into the mat and hold for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, press through the left arm. Inhale. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Right elbow comes down and hold for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, press up and through. Inhale, exhale, turn, elbow down. So after a while, you might start to feel this not just into the shoulders, but actually primarily, you're going to feel this in your triceps. We're doing little alternating tricep push-ups. Inhale, exhale, press up and through the left arm. Again, inhale. Exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder, right elbow down, hold for 3 breaths this time. Inhale, exhale, press up. And again, inhale, exhale, turn to your left, left elbow down and hold for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, press up. And from here, inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. And take your hips back to your heels, returning to your child's rest for 5 deep breaths. One more breath. Inhale back to all fours, and from here, exhale. Curl your toes under, knees and hips lengthen up to downward facing dog. Now, in downward facing dog, this is about the lengthening of the spine. So if you have to keep the legs bent to lengthen your back, keep the legs bent. If you feel like you can reach the heels down while lengthening into your spine, you can do so here as well. If you got one side that's really, really tight, especially if it's from any previous injuries, or as I like to call them, bodily concerns, you could keep that side slightly bent. We're going to stay here for just a few more breaths. Inhale, exhale, knees to the mat, release the toes, and take your hips to your heels, coming back into child's rest for another 5 breaths. Inhale, come back to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees slightly, hovering them just over the mat. Take your gaze into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bring the scapula together. Inhale, press up and through the scapula. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees slightly. Inhale, exhale, scapula together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, bring the scapula together. Inhale, press them through. Exhale, downward facing dog. So you should be feeling this in your quadriceps and shoulders. Inhale, exhale, knees down. We only have a few more of these to go. Inhale, exhale, bring your scapula together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more to go. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, bring shoulder blades or scapula together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, knees slightly bent. Inhale. Exhale, bring those shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, knees to the mat, hips to heels, returning to extended child's rest, this time for 3 breaths. So we're going to put that flow sequence together now. Inhale, come to all fours. Exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder. Right elbow comes down to the mat. Going right into it this time. Inhale, exhale, press up and through the right arm. Inhale, exhale, turn to the left. Left elbow comes down to the mat. Inhale, exhale, press up and through the left arm. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, drop the knees slightly down, bending them slightly. Inhale, exhale, bring the scapula together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees slightly. Inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, knees to the mat. Inhale, exhale, turn to the right. Right elbow comes down. Inhale, exhale, press up and through the right arm. Inhale, exhale, turn to the left. Left elbow gently comes down. Inhale, exhale, press up and through the left arm. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees slightly. Inhale, exhale, bring the shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more times here. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once more, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, knees to the mat. Inhale, exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder, right elbow down. Inhale, exhale, press up and through. Inhale, exhale, turn to the left, left elbow down. Inhale, exhale, press up and through. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to go through that one more time. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. We are going to do that 3 more times this time. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more of these to go. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once more. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, shoulder blades together. Inhale, press up and through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, knees to the mat. Inhale, exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder. Right elbow comes down to the mat. Inhale, exhale, press up and through. Inhale, exhale, turn to your left, left elbow down. Inhale, exhale, press up and through. Inhale, and exhale, downward facing dog. This time, go ahead and take your arms down by your side, releasing the wrists and shoulders, taking a little breather. I'm going to stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale, come all the way up to sitting. Reach your arms up. Exhale, come to goalpost arms. So you're bending your elbows at a 90 degree. I'm going to go ahead and turn to face you so you can see a little bit more clearly from here. So you're bringing your elbows to a 90 degree angle, and they're kind of down ever so slightly below the height of your shoulders. I'm going to turn once again to show you more clearly. What I want you to do is I want you to compress and contract the scapula together. You want to lock them together. So we're firing up the muscles of the upper back and the shoulders. We're going to stay here for another 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come up to a kneeling position. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up slightly. And exhale, sit back slowly. Contract those shoulder blades together and hold for 10 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come up to kneeling. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shoulder blades together. Sit back carefully. Hold for 10 breaths. Just a few more breaths. Inhale, exhale, press up. Inhale, reach up. And this time as you exhale, sit back, release those arms down. And you're gonna bring some relief into those shoulders now. Go ahead and take your left arm to the outside of the right knee. And you're gonna turn slightly, but I want you to keep your gaze forward. Really think about lengthening up and through your spine. So we're lengthening through the fascia of that shoulder girdle, fanning open the shoulder blade, releasing the rhomboids. It's those muscles between the shoulder blades. I want you to really focus on releasing them. So you're fanning that open into the upper back. Allowing the abdomen to expand upon every inhalation and contract upon every exhalation. See if you can reach a little bit more and release. Inhale. Exhale, turn over to your left. So we're reaching to the outside of that left leg. Really think about lengthening fully into your spine, getting a deeper stretch into the shoulder. Inhale, exhale. We're going to do that one more time on each side. Go ahead and turn to your right. See if you can lengthen through your spine a little bit more. See if you can turn a little bit more. So now we're starting to take our gaze slightly over to the right. And see if you can release a little bit more, turning slightly more to the right. See if you can begin to look over that shoulder. And inhale, center. Exhale, turn left. And again, see if you can get a little deeper into that stretch by lengthening more into your spine. So we're turning and looking a little bit more over to the left. Now this, once we start to really turn the head, you're gonna feel a deeper stretch from your upper trapezius down into your lower trapezius, right into that shoulder, right into that neck. We spend a lot of time in our gravitational environment sinking down lower into the shoulders. So our objective today is to decompress the tightness from our everyday lives. See if you can turn a little more. And inhale, come back to center. Reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. So now we're returning to our extended child's rest. See if you can reach closer to the top of the mat without forcing it. And you'll know that you're forcing it because it'll give kind of an aching feeling in your shoulders. Don't force that stretch. Again, if you really need to keep your elbows bent, keep them bent. Now, normally with the following stretch, I would be using yoga blocks. I'm aware not everybody has access to yoga blocks, and I myself only have access to technically one yoga block because the other one is more of a chip off the old block. That's what I call my other one, a chip, this little chip in it. But anyway, you could use slippers, especially if they have a little bit of a platform to them. You could use like a platform sandal to replace, but all we're doing here is we're pressing our elevated platform to the front of us in child's rest. And I want you to start to take your elbows into your elevated platform contraption thing and drop your brow down. So you're bringing your chin towards your chest and you're lifting the elbows up. So now we're getting a deeper stretch into the shoulder girdle. Incidentally, this is also a great stretch to do after focusing on your lats. If you're lifting weights, this is a great stretch to do after lat pull downs or bent row or single arm row. This is also a great stretch if you've spent 8 hours in front of a computer. You know, as I mentioned, slumping into the shoulders in our wonderful gravitational environment. We're going to stay here for 5 more breaths. Inhale, drawing your navel into your spine and engaging your glutes. As you exhale, begin to come all the way up so that your elbows are over your shoulders and your shoulders are over your hips. Now from here, inhale, reach up, and exhale, sweep those elbows by your ribcage. Draw the elbows back. Inhale. Open into your chest, slight back bend, and exhale, fold forward. So you're taking your hands basically in alignment with your knees, or as much in alignment with your knees as you possibly can here. I want you to really think about hugging the elbows in tight towards your rib cage. Deep breaths, and really start to feel your muscles release, allowing the shoulders to round downward. From here, inhale, come up slightly. So we're just bringing the gaze towards the top of the mat. And exhale, you're going to take your right arm down so that your fingertips of your right hand are reaching to the back of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, release the brow down, release the right arm down by your side, and turn to look over towards the right shoulder. So you're taking your left temple into the mat. Take deep breaths. If you need to get a deeper stretch here, you can take your right hand into your low back and really think about allowing the right shoulder to round downward. Inhale, exhale, Release the right arm. Inhale, come up slightly. Take your right hand into the mat next to your right knee. Inhale, nice and deep. Exhale, lengthen the left arm back and release your brow down. Release the left arm down and turn to look over to your left. Again, if you need a deeper stretch, take your left hand into your low back. Inhale, exhale, release that left arm down. Inhale, come up, take your left hand next to your left knee. Exhale, press up and through the arms, come all the way up so that your shoulders are lifted over your hips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, bring your arms halfway up, palms up. Exhale, fingertips to your shoulders. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, bring the elbows down and back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Change directions. We're getting some synovial fluid flowing into the shoulder joints. All right. Inhale, open out the arms. Reach those arms out. And exhale, release your arms down. So you may have heard me speaking of this in a previous video. Whenever we move through the joints, we're creating lubrication into the joint and therefore nourishing it. There's what's called a bursa sac in the joint. And when you rotate it, when you get it in motion, you're releasing the fluid in the bursa called synovial fluid. It nourishes the joints. So we're going to do that one more time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring the arms halfway down, palms up. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips to your shoulders. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, elbows down and back. 2 more times. And change direction. So I don't know if you're feeling any popping or grinding into your shoulder, but if you are feeling popping and grinding, take note of that, especially if it hurts. And so I want you to, really listen to your body and feel what your body is doing here. So we're going to do that 3 more times. Is it popping? Is it grinding? Is there pain? Go ahead and change direction. That could be any number of things, especially if you're experiencing pain. So if you notice that, go ahead and inhale, open out the arms. Exhale, release the arms down. If you're noticing any of that, please listen to that and perhaps see a qualified physician to have that checked out, because that could be a thing. All right, inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, if you have elevated blocks in front of you, go ahead and take those blocks out to the side and release into extended child's rest. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. And we're going to go into a little bit of a counter pose. So go ahead and inhale, come to all fours, and exhale, downward facing dog. Really pulling those heels down towards the mat, getting a release into the shins, the ankles, the feet, the hamstrings, all of the fascia that we're starting to get a bit, perhaps numb-ish feeling and a little tight. Staying in child's rest for such a long period of time, it's very important to go into a counter pose or go into a posture that releases the previous posture or asana. Inhale, exhale, see if you can lengthen your spine a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, knees to the mat. And let's go ahead and cross those shins. And inhale, push away from the mat, rolling back to simple seated cross-legged position. Go ahead and take your feet forward and use the strength of your arms to take your hips to the center of the mat. Inhale, reach forward, and exhale, release all the way down into a nice comfortable supine position. So I want you to take note of what your low back does here. So go ahead and take your fingertips towards the low back. Are you able to bring your hands underneath your back? Is there plenty of room under there when you relax into supine? You know, you don't want to really be able to fully slide your hands under your back, especially if you're relaxing into that posture. If you're in an extreme anterior pelvic tilt or back bend and that's you relaxing, perhaps talk to a qualified physician about your back. So we are going to focus a little bit on that today as well, because typically whatever the shoulder girdle does, the pelvic girdle will likely follow suit along with your spine. So go ahead and place your hands on your iliac crest or hip bones. From here, inhale, come to a back bend. Go ahead and allow the abdomen to expand, allow the rib cage to expand, and exhale. Now we're going to tuck in the tailbone, coming into a posterior pelvic tilt. So we're tilting the pelvis back. We're imprinting the low back into the mat. And with your hands on your hips, do you feel like the muscles of your obliques are contracting? I want you to feel like they're contracting. What we're doing here is little crunches. Inhale, anterior pelvic tilt. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt, navel drawn in. Inhale, anterior. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt. So another thing to note, whenever we come into our posterior pelvic tilt, we are stretching the hip flexors. Whenever we come into an anterior pelvic tilt, we are contracting the hip flexors. So what do you think happens if you maintain an extreme lower back bend on a regular basis? What do you suppose happens when your body wants to relax into that back bend? The hip flexors get very, very tight. And when that happens, we come into a chin forward posture, shoulders round forward. The upper back starts to suffer, digestion suffers, because now we're not getting enough adequate oxygen to the digestive tract. We're not allowing the digestive tract to relax, which can lead to all sorts of bodily concerns, such as indigestion, heartburn, etc., so on and so forth. So we want to maintain our bodies so that we are stretching those hip flexors, contracting the abdomen, and also releasing, keeping everything in motion and strengthening those muscles so that our body doesn't relax into that anterior pelvic tilt. Another term for an extreme anterior pelvic tilt is lordosis. That's where we have a sway back condition. Many things can cause that to happen, not the least of which I mentioned earlier in this video, which is living in a gravitational environment. Gravity is not always your friend. So go ahead and inhale, come to a slight back bend. Begin to reach the arms up and exhale, come into that posterior pelvic tilt, arms down. Inhale, anterior pelvic tilt, back bend, reach up. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt. We're going to do that just one more time. Inhale and exhale. Now, I want you to try to keep the low back imprinted into the mat. Anytime you come into supine, little by little, if you're really struggling with that, every time you come back to this position right here, I want you to mindfully tuck in the tailbone and draw the navel in, and then release. Draw the navel in and release. Over time, what that will do is it'll help correct your posture. The long and the short of it is it will fix your posture. Well, that's one of the many ways. Of course, you can fix your posture. We can do that in so many different varying ways. So go ahead and inhale, press through the shoulders, press through the heels, press through your feet, and walk the heels in closer to your hips. Inhale, arms by your side. Exhale, press up and through the heels, lift the hips upward. Again, keeping the tailbone tucked in. I want you to pretend as though you've got a vacuum underneath your back and it's sucking your navel down into the floor. Stay here for a few breaths. Again, press through the shoulders. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time releases the hips down very, very slowly. Inhale. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone, lift the hips one vertebrae at a time and hold, keeping the tailbone tucked in. 4 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, release very slowly into the mat. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, lift the hips and hold for 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, release back down into the mat. So it might feel like your glutes are fired up. It might feel like your quads are fired up. Maybe your abdominals felt that. So go ahead and inhale. Exhale, take the right knee into your chest. Flex the foot, toes spread wide, and slide the left leg along the mat. So we're stretching and releasing the glutes. We're releasing the left side of the abdomen. Go ahead and reach the left arm by your left ear. And I want you to see if you can take the fingertips of your left arm over to the right. Breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale, left arm by your side. Slide the the right leg along the mat. Inhale, exhale, take that left knee in, foot stays flexed. Inhale, take that right arm by your right ear. See if you can take the fingertips towards the left side of the mat. Inhale. And slide the left leg down, release the right arm by your side. Exhale, go ahead and take both knees into your chest. See if you can take those knees out towards your shoulders. Hold here for a few breaths. You know, if you would rather stay here, you certainly can. You don't have to go any further into this posture. If you need to keep the knees lined up with the hips, keep the knees lined up with the hips. Listen to your body. Inhale, exhale. See if you can take your hands to your toes or take your hands to your shins. Stay here for a few breaths, or if you'd like to get a little deeper into that stretch, go ahead and lift the heels and release into happy baby. So releasing the hips, releasing the low back. And go ahead and bring your feet together and take your feet into the mat, knees wide. So now we're relaxing and releasing into our reclined cobbler's pose. So it's a slight low back bend because we're opening those hip flexors. But I want you to try to go against the urge to come into that back bend and instead tuck in the tailbone, stretching the hips a little bit more here. 3 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, bring the knees together, feet into the mat, and we're going to begin to make our way into our Shavasana or corpse pose. So let's go ahead and slide out the right heel, followed by the left heel. Open up your arms, palms are up, Chest is open, legs dropped open. Soften your eyes and allow your eyes to drift closed. Now, as always, for the purposes of this video, we are going to go into a very short but sweet Shavasana. We're only going to stay here for 5 breaths. Now, if you would rather remain for a far more extended period of time, of course, you may certainly feel free to do so, and I encourage you to do so. Begin to really let go of any tension that you may still be holding on to throughout your entire body, from your fingertips traveling all the way down to your toes, and let go of and soften any remaining strenuous thoughts. Feel as though your mind is drifting towards the sky and your body is sinking deep within the earth. And let go, focusing only on your breathing. And we have the option of bringing ourselves back into the room by wiggling our fingers and toes. Again, if you would rather stay here, you can. Go ahead and slide in the right heel, followed by your left, and take your right arm by your right ear. Roll all the way over onto your right side into the fetal position so that your arm is supporting your head, keeping your neck in alignment with the rest of your spine. Begin to use the strength of your arms to come all the way up to simple seated cross-legged and allow your eyes to drift open. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, release your arms down. 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. 1 last time. Inhale, reach up and bring your palms together. Exhale, release your hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you once again, everybody, for joining me. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave those down below in the comments section. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to tap or click on that little bell icon just below the name of this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, everybody. Happy Monday and peace.